present to you the best Christmas pageant ever.
The Herdmans were the worst kids in the whole history of the world. They lied, stole, smoked cigars, even the girls. Talked dirty, cussed their teachers, and took the name of the Lord in vain and set fire to French shoemaker's old broken down house. There were 6 of them: Ralph, Imogen, Roy, Claude, Ollie, and Gladys. And they went through real troubles in schools, like those South American fish that'll strip your bones clean. They went around town the same way, stealing things, tearing things up, and whamming kids. So it's hard to get away from them, but there is only one safe place.
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, because there are no Herdmans there. Jesus loves us as they say, because he keeps the cows alive.
That's my little brother, Charlie. That's what he said when his Sunday school teacher asked, "So, what's your favorite thing about church?" Charlie said,
No Herdmans.
and that got the teacher all mad, because all the other kids said nice things about God, and Jesus, and good feelings. But old Charlie told the real truth. No Herdmans.
I don't care what everybody else said. That's what they really thought. I mean, all that other stuff about church is okay, but the main good thing is that there are no Herdmans there. Ever.
Well, it's not a very Christian sentiment, it seems to me.
It's a very practical sentiment. Charlie was all black and blue last year because he had to sit next to Leroy Herdman in school.
Is he the worst one, Leroy?
They're all the worst one.
Ralph's the biggest, so if he gets you.
That doesn't make any difference. Gladys isn't big, but she's fat and she's mean and she bites.
Sorry I asked. Just stay away from all of them.
That's what I said. Stay away from them. Go to church.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you feel that way.
Why?
No arguments this year about the Christmas pageant?
I don't want to be a shepherd again.
Well, tell Mrs. Armstrong you want to be a wise man.
I don't want to be in it.
Everybody's in it. Think how I feel sitting there on Christmas Eve if my own children weren't in the pageant. Think how your father would feel. You'd feel terrible, wouldn't you, Bob?
Actually, I didn't plan to go. You know how crowded it always is. They could use my seat. Then I'll just stay home. Put on my back row, relax.
There never isn't anything different about the Christmas pageant.
There is going to be something different this year.
What?
Charlie is going to be wearing your bathrobe.
You just made that up, Grace.
Why don't you be Joseph? I'm happy to pay you $1 to be Joseph. Elmer is sick of being Joseph all the time, just because his father's a minister. Nobody wants to be Joseph.
Nobody wants to be in it.
Beth, what are you going to be this year?
I'm always in the angel choir.
Why can't Charlie be in the angel choir?
Because I can't sing.
From what I've heard in the past, that's not a serious drawback. Wayne an angel always sounds to me like a closet full of mice.
Bed sheets. Oh boy, some choice. A bathrobe or bed sheets.
You know, Mrs. Armstrong works very hard to give everyone a lovely experience.
Oh, Mom, Miss Armstrong just likes to unthink.
They are right, of course. She directs the pageant. She runs the potluck supper. She's the chairman of the bazaar. I think Helen Armstrong would preach the sermon if anyone would let her.
Is that George Armstrong's wife?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe she'll try to manage the hospital, because that's where she's at. I talked to George at the drugstore. He told me that his wife broke her leg this morning. She'll be in traction for 2 weeks and laid up to the first of the year.
First of the year. Why they'll have to cancel Christmas?
She's in charge of Christmas.
Well, no. She's in charge of the bazaar and directing the pageant. I feel sorry for Helen, but who's going to do all those things?
Yes, I'll take over the bazaar, Edna. You'll do the potluck supper. I don't know what in the world we'll do about the pageant unless, well, how about Grace?
I just can't, Edna. I've got company all Christmas week. How about Grace?
How about Grace? Hello. Grace.
Bob,
What?
I have to direct the pageant.
Does that mean I have to go?
Our Christmas pageant isn't what you call a 4-star entertainment. Mrs. Armstrong breaking her leg was the only unexpected thing that ever happened to it. It's the same old Christmas story, same old carols, same old Mary and Joseph. And that's what my mother was stuck with. That. And Mrs. Armstrong.
Tell you again, Grace, how important it is to give everyone a chance. Here's what I do. I always start with Mary, and I tell them we must choose our Mary carefully because Mary was the mother of Jesus.
I know that, Helen.
Yes, then I tell them about Joseph, that he was God's choice to be Jesus' father. That's how I explain that. Frankly, I don't ever spend much time on Joseph because it's always Elmer Hopkins, and he knows all about Mary and Joseph.
I thought Mrs. Armstrong was in traction. How can she talk if she's in traction?
What do you think traction is?
Like when they put you to sleep?
No such luck. Ben, we're gonna need salt, pepper, and napkins.
Then I tell them about the wise men and the shepherds and how important they are. And I tell them there are no small parts, only small actors. Remind the angel choir not to stare at the audience. And don't let them wear earrings or things like that. And don't let them wear clunky shoes or high heels. Oh, I just hope you don't have too many baby angels, Grace, because they'll be your biggest problem.
Surely, you will leave some for the rest of us, won't you?
I'm hungry. Leroy Herdman stole my lunch again.
Now, how can you let him do that to you day after day?
How can I stop him? Where's the chicken?
Grace, where's the chicken?
Still in the oven.
I'll get it.
Now, you'll have to get someone to push the baby angels on. Otherwise, they get in each other's way and bend their wings. Bob could do that. He could keep an eye on the shepherds, too. Oh, and another thing about this angel choir, don't let them wear lipstick. They think because it's a play.
Oh, I have to go. There's someone at my door, Helen.
That they have to wear lipstick, and it looks terrible. So tell them.
Someone at my door. I'll talk to you later. Yes, I'm coming.
Lady, could I have some supper? I haven't had a square meal in 3 days.
Oh,
For heaven's sake, it's you.
Very lonely at the table.
Oh, I guess Helen feels lonely at the hospital.
Not so long as the telephones are working.
I bet she told you. There are no small parts, only small actors.
Someone shut the baby angels on and making the shepherds shut off.
Yes, she suggested your father.
Then I have to go?
And Grace, don't just use anybody's baby for Jesus. Get a quiet one. Better yet, get 2 if you can. That way, if one turns out to be fussy, you can always switch them.
My mother didn't pay much attention to Miss Armstrong. She said Miss Armstrong was stuck in the hospital with nothing to do but pick up problems. But there weren't going to be any problems. Of course, Mother didn't count on the Herdmans. That was Charlie's fault.
Hey, Leroy! Give me back my lunch.
Sure, kid. Here.
You stole my dessert again.
How do you
Is
know?
this it in here?
What was it?
2 Twinkies.
That's right. That is what it was.
Hey, Leroy! You think it's so great to steal my dessert every day? And you know what? I don't care. In fact, I'll even give you my dessert. Because I get all the dessert I want at Sunday school.
Oh yeah? What kind of dessert?
All kinds. Chocolate cake and
rich.
Sunday school. That was the wrong thing to tell a herdman. Sure enough, the very next Sunday, there they were in Sunday school, just in time to hear about the Christmas pageant.
What's a pageant?
It's like a play.
Like on TV? What's it about?
It's about Jesus.
Everything here is.
And it's about Mary. Mostly, it's about Mary.
Who's Mary?
I am. Oh, probably I am. I know the part.
Beth, please come. Charlie, David,
Oh, please.
come. This won't take very long if you all settle down. Today we will choose who will be playing the main roles in our Christmas pageant. But of course, everyone will have an important part to play. You know what Mrs. Armstrong always says? There are no small roles, only small actors. Isn't that what Mrs. Armstrong always says?
That's what she always says, but she never says what it means.
Does anyone know what it means?
I know what it means. It means that the short kids have to sit in the front row of the angel choir, or else nobody else can see them.
Well, not exactly. It means that the littlest baby angel is just as important as Mary.
Well, I don't think anyone is as important as Mary.
Well, naturally. That's what you think, Alice. But I think Jesus is more important. I still think it means that the short kids have to sit in the front row.
Girls, everyone is important. Mary, Jesus, and the short kids. Now, is everyone here? Beverly, would you go out in the hall and see if anyone else is coming? Now, you little children will be your angels, so please remind your mothers that we will need bed sheets. And people in the angel choir will need bed sheets too. And if you have any old clothes, what's the matter? Oh, well, let's make some room for the Herdmans. Does anyone know what happened to Beverly?
I think she's home. I think she got sick.
Did she say she was feeling sick?
No, she just left. All I did is I just said, hi, Beverly. She just left.
I see. Well, would someone please tell Beverly about rehearsals? The next 4 Wednesdays, after school, plan to be here for everyone.
What if we get sick?
Oh, you won't get sick, Elmer. And of course, Mary and Joseph must absolutely come to every rehearsal.
Or what if they get sick?
They won't get sick either, Elmer.
Well, Beverly got sick and we haven't even started yet.
But we don't know that Beverly got sick. Huh? I want you all to think about Mary. We all know what kind of person Mary was. She was gentle and quiet and kind. And the person who plays that role has to try to be that kind of person. Now, who would like to volunteer for that role? Do you have a question, Imogen?
No, I want to be Mary. And Ralph over there, he wants to be Joseph.
Yeah, right.
Well, why don't we just make a list of volunteers and then we'll decide who each should be. Ralph Herdman. Who else would like to volunteer? Elmer, did you raise your hand?
No.
Any volunteers? Any of you shepherds? Very well, Ralph Herdman will be your Joseph. Now Imogen has volunteered to be Mary. What other names can I write in my list? Janet? Roberta? Alice? Do you want to be Mary?
No. I don't want to.
I'll be Mary! Shut up, Gladys! I'm already married! You be a wise man! Oh, well, the wise men are usually boys, but of course they don't have to be.
a wise man.
Me too. Oh, Claude, you want to be a wise man?
What's a wise man?
Just raise your hands. Come on.
What's that?
Some angels.
I'll be that. What is it?
Oh, it's the angel of the Lord who comes to the shepherds and brings the good news. Finally, some volunteers. Hobie, would you like to be a shepherd?
No, I just wanted to say I can't be a shepherd. We are going to Philadelphia.
Why didn't you say so before?
I just remembered.
My mom doesn't want me to be a shepherd.
Why not?
I don't know. You just said, don't be a shepherd.
I'm not going to be a shepherd.
Yes, you are. What's the matter with all of you?
I don't want to be a shepherd. Gladys Herdman hates you.
The angel of the Lord just comes to the shepherds and brings the good news.
That hits them.
Elmer, that's ridiculous. I don't want to hear another word from anyone else. No shepherds may quit or get sick. No, that's over today. But I expect to see you here at 6:30 on Wednesday. Alice, what's wrong with you? Don't you want to be married?
I don't know.
You don't know, Alice. I was expecting you to.
Bradley! Get Gladys off me!
I was expecting you to volunteer.
Oh, come on, Alice.
I don't know. I didn't dare raise my hand. Imogene would have killed me. She said, I'm going to be married in this Christmas pageant, so don't you dare open your mouth or raise your hand, and you'll wish you didn't. And I said, I'm always married in the Christmas pageant, and she said, go ahead then. And next spring when the pussy willows come out, I'll get a pussy willow and put it so far down your ear that nobody can reach it. And it'll sprout there and grow, and you'll spend the rest of your life with a pussy willow hanging out of your ear.
Oh, you know she would do that.
She would too. Herdmans will do anything. You just watch. They'll do something so terrible, it'll ruin the whole pageant. And it's all your mother's fault.
Jane and McCarthy. Did you hear about the... Well, it must have been Grace's fault. How else would the 6 of them end up in the Christmas pageant when they ought to be in jail?
Vera! Irma Slocum. I just heard that Imogene Herdman is going to be married at the Christmas pageant tonight. Is that a fact? All 6 of them. Okay. Vera, I live next door to that outfit, and I tell you what, I'd rather live next to a zoo. Has Grace gone crazy?
Where did they come from? Who let them in? Imogene Herdman. What kind of a child is that? To be married? The mother of Jesus? Where was Reverend Hopkins? I'd like to know. He was what? Visiting shut-ins? Well, I'm a shut-in and he wasn't visiting me.
Guess we better nail down the church and lock up the summer service and hide the collection plate before they clean them out. They'll go through everything.
I tell you, if I'd been up and around, this never would have happened.
If I'd been up and around, this never would have happened. Well, let me tell you.
Don't tell me, I'm on your side. The car's over there.
Helen Armstrong is not the only person in the world who can direct a Christmas pageant. I made up my mind just to do the best I could under the circumstances. But now, I'm going to make this the best Christmas pageant we've ever had. And I am going to do it with the Herdmans. After all, they raised their hands, and nobody else did.
Good for you, Grace. The car's over there.
Help me.
Does that mean I have to go?
You have to go. The inn is back here, offstage, and the shepherds gather around the manger.
Where'd all the shepherds come from anyway?
What's an inn? It's like a motel where people go to spend the night.
What do you think?
Begin at the beginning.
The beginning?
The beginning of the play. What happens first?
Imogen, this is a Christmas story from the Bible. Haven't you heard the Christmas story from the Bible? Well, that's what this Christmas pageant is. So I guess I better read it to you.
Yes! Wow!
I don't believe that. Do you? That they've never heard of a Christmas story?
Why not? They don't even know what a Bible is. And they never went to church in their whole life till your dumb brother told them they got refreshments. Now we have to waste all this time for nothing.
All right now. There came out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. So Joseph went from Galilee with his wife Mary, who was great with child.
Pregnant. She was pregnant!
All right now, that's enough. We all know that Mary was pregnant. And there came to pass that the days should be passed that she should be delivered, so she brought forth her firstborn son.
I don't think it's very nice to call Mary pregnant. Well, she was. I don't think your mother should call Mary pregnant. My mother doesn't let me talk about people being pregnant, especially in church.
And wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in the manger because there was no room for them in the inn.
My God! They didn't have room for Jesus?
Well, they didn't know that the baby was going to be Jesus.
But didn't Mary know? Didn't he know? What's the matter with Joseph that he didn't tell them her pregnant and everything?
What's a manger? Some kind of bed?
Well, they didn't have a bed for them in the barn, so Mary had to use whatever there was. What would you do if you had a baby and no bed to put the baby in?
We put Gladys in a bureau drawer.
Yeah. Oh. Well, there you go. You didn't have a bed, so you had to use something else.
Psh, we had a bed, only Ollie was still in it, and they wouldn't get out. You know, Ollie didn't like Gladys. Hey, Ollie, remember when you didn't like Gladys?
Anyway,
That was pretty smart, Ollie. Not like that on back.
A manger is a large wooden feeding trough for animals. Mm-hmm.
What were the wadded up clothes?
The what?
It says in there, she wrapped him in wadded up clothes.
Swaddling clothes. Back then, people used to wrap babies very tight so that they would feel cozy in big pieces of material.
You mean they tied him up and put him in a feed box? Where was the child welfare?
The child welfare's in our house every 5 minutes. There wasn't a child welfare in Bethlehem.
I'll say there wasn't.
And the shepherds were taking care of their flocks by night when the angel of the Lord came.
She's dead!
What?
Out of the black night with horrible vengeance.
I don't know what you're talking about, Gladys.
Maddie Margot from Amazing Comics.
This is the angel of the Lord who came with the good news to the shepherds.
Out of nowhere, right? In the black of the night, right?
Well, in a way.
Shazam!
Now, when Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east bearing gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
What's that?
Well, they were special things. They were spices and precious oils.
Oil? What kind of present is oil? We get better presents from the welfare.
Were they the welfare? The wise guys.
They were kings and they were sent.
It's about time somebody important showed up. If they're kings, they can get the baby out of the barn and tell the innkeeper where to get off.
Well, they were sent by Herod, the main king, who wanted to find Jesus to put him to death.
My God! He just got born! They're gonna kill a baby?
Who's this Herod in the play?
Herod isn't in the play.
Now that's messed up. He's out to kill the baby and he ain't even in the play.
Well, somebody better be Herod. Let Charlie be Herod! And he says, "Go give me that baby!" And they say, okay, because he's a king and all.
But then they don't do it. They
they go back and get hair.
No one is going to be hair ready.
No, Joseph gets the shepherds together and make a wipeout hair.
And it's coming. I'm gonna get killed.
Forget about Herod. There's still no Herod.
And I run away with the baby to the fence
Yeah, you know, somebody ought to fix the innkeeper. Okay, Gladys, you wipe out the innkeeper.
I can't. I'm an angel. Well, I wouldn't just hang around out in a barn. I'd go get a room.
Joseph, there wasn't any room.
Well, then I'd throw somebody out. I'd tell them, I got this baby, and it's the middle of winter. So either get out or move over.
And I go after old Herod.
I'd send the angel after him. She could just point her electric finger and turn him into a vial of ashes.
Yeah, that! What's the name of this play anyway?
Check this out. Christmas pageant.
That's no name. That's what it is. I know a name. I know a name. I call it Revenge at Bethlehem.
Revenge at Bethlehem. The Herdmans thought the Christmas story came out of FBI files. At least they chose the right villain. It was Herod they wanted to gang up on, and not baby Jesus. But the baby Jesus quit the pageant in the end. It was supposed to be Eugene Slocum, but Mrs. Slocum said that she wasn't going to let Imogen Herdman put her hands on him. So he didn't have a baby Jesus, and that bothered my mother. She kept trying to scratch up a baby, even at the last rehearsal. What do you keep writing in that book?
Nothing. It's like a diary.
It is not. It's all about the Herdmans. Imogen curses and swears all the time, and I'll talk about sexy things. Mrs. Bradley called Mary pregnant. Gladys Herdman drinks communion wine. It isn't wine, it's grape juice.
I don't care what it is. She drinks it. I've seen her 3 times with her mouth all purple. They steal too. If you shake the birthday bank, it doesn't make a sound because they stole all the pennies out of it. And every time you visit the ladies' room, the whole air is blue. And there's Imogen Herdman sitting in the Mary costume smoking cigars.
And you wrote all this down? What for?
For my mother and Reverend Hopkins and the Ladies' Aid Society and anybody else who wants to know what happened when the whole Christmas pageant turns out to be a big mess.
Now, is everyone here? Oh, Alice, Beth, just come here so that we can get started. So this is going to be our last rehearsal. Okay, so are we all here? Edna.
Grace, I just want to tell you we're all in the kitchen making applesauce cake, and I guess this is your dress rehearsal.
It's supposed to be. Oh, Edna, didn't I hear that your niece had a baby a month or so ago, a little girl?
Oh, she's 5 weeks old and so cute and just.
How would it be if I were to call your niece and ask if I could borrow the baby?
Grace! No. I can tell you some lie, tell you somebody's sick or they're cranky or something like that, but the truth is, she's perfectly happy and healthy, and we want her to stay that way. So we're not going to hand her over to some Imogen Herdman, okay? Sorry, Grace. You.
David, I didn't know you had a new baby.
It's not new. It's 4. But he's double jointed. I bet he can scrunch up in there.
I don't think that.
I'll get us a baby!
Imogen, how can you do that?
There's always 2 or 3 babies in carriages outside the supermarket. I'll just grab one of them.
Imogen! You cannot just walk up with somebody's baby. We'll just forget about the baby. And we'll use a doll.
Yeah, that's better anyway. A dog can't bite you.
And, Imogen, you know that Mary didn't wear earrings?
I have to wear these. I just got my ears pierced, and if I don't keep something in them, they'll grow together.
Well, I don't think they'll grow together in an hour or so. What did the doctor tell you?
What doctor?
The one who pierced your ears.
Gladys?
I bet she did with an ice pick. I'll bet Imogen's ears turn black and fall off.
We'll get something smaller. Is this what you're going to wear? Is this your costume? You're all supposed to be wearing your costumes today.
I can't find the halo. My wings are all bent.
Janet's got my robe.
My mom doesn't have any white sheets. Can I wear sheets with balloons on it?
I haven't got any costume. I was never a shepherd before.
You have to wear your father's bathrobe. That's what I do.
He hasn't got a bathrobe.
Then what is he getting around the house in?
His underwear.
That's enough! We'll just pretend that you're all wearing your costumes, huh?
Are we going to do a little roll thing?
Of course, David. But first we're gonna practice the entrances, so go where you're supposed to be, and we are going to start with the shepherds. Maxine, would you read the last few words?
Shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night.
Music, shepherds.
Nay! Nay! And an angel of the Lord appeared.
Sam!
No. Gladys.
It was last night.
No. Maxine, go on.
Multitude of heavenly hosts.
Music, angels. Music, wise men.
Dun 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 dun. Ha! Dun 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 dun. Let's go! Dun 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 dun.
I got a baby right here! Nobody touch him! I named him Jesus!
No, you didn't say no. Mary doesn't say anything. Nobody said anything. Mary and Joseph just make a lovely picture. And then you go crazy. What?
It's to us.
Put the doll back.
I don't get to say anything! Some angel tells me what to call the baby. I would have named him Bill.
And what angel was that? There's angels all over the place. Was it Gladys?
No, Gladys brings the good news to the shepherds.
Yeah, until you a child is born.
Unto me, not them, me. I'm the one that had the baby.
No. It just means that Jesus belongs to all of us, and to all of us, a child is born.
Why didn't they let Mary name her own baby? What did that angel do? Just walk up and say, name him Jesus.
Yes.
Well, not exactly. Not at all. She said, his name shall be Wonderful, Counselor, Almighty God, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Oh my God, he'd never get out of the first grade if he had to write all that.
Just 5 minutes, Maxine. Just 5 minutes.
We never did start over, and we never did go through the whole thing. 5 minutes turned out to 15 minutes. And Imogen Herdman spent the whole time smoking cigars in the ladies' room. Then Miss McCarthy walked in, saw the smoke, and she called the fire department. And they came right away.
Fire! There's a fire!
They cleared everyone out of the building and dragged the fire hose to the church, looking for a fire to put out. But the only thing they found was in the kitchen. All the applesauce cake burnt up. Of course, all the ladies were mad about that. Miss McCarthy was mad, and my mother was mad.
Why in the world did you call the fire department about a little smoke?
It was a lot of smoke. The ladies' room was full of thick smoke.
It couldn't have. You just got excited and now look! The church is full of firemen and The street is full of crying baby angels and the shepherds are trying to climb the fire truck. Didn't you know? But it was just cigar smoke.
No, I did not suspect it was cigar smoke. I do not expect cigar smoke in the ladies' room of a church.
Alice Windleton's mother was mad too. And the whole ladies' aid society was mad. And Reverend Hopkins said that. He didn't know what to think.
I've been on the telephone all day and I can't make heads or tails of it. Some people say they set fire to the ladies' room. Some people say they set fire to the kitchen. Vera Wendelkin says all they do is talk about sex and underwear.
Oh no, that was only Clark talking about underwear, and they didn't set fire to anything. The only fire was in the kitchen where the apple sauce cake burned up.
Well, the entire church is in an uproar. Now, I don't know, Jesus said, suffer the little children that come unto me. But I'm not sure he meant the Herdmans. Grace, don't you think we should cancel the pageant?
I bet that was Helen Armstrong's idea.
We could blame it on the fire. It makes a great excuse.
I bet that was Edna McCarthy's idea.
Grace, it's just that everyone seems to think that it's going to be
A disaster?
Yeah.
Well, they're wrong. This is going to be the best Christmas pageant we've ever had.
Grace, I don't think anyone will come to see it.
I didn't think so either. And neither did Charlie. But we were wrong. On Christmas Eve, the whole church was jammed full. Everyone came just to see what the Herdmans would do.
Just let me turn on the lights.
Ooh!
Watch your step.
I can hardly see where I'm going. I don't know what in the world you expect to do with this thing.
I thought that it might look like a Christmas tree. Now I see that it doesn't. I have no idea what's going to happen today. We haven't run the whole thing once, and the Herdmans still think it's a spy story. This may be the first Christmas pageant where Joseph and the wise men get in a fight, and Mary runs away with the baby. Where are the kids?
All the children in the world are in the basement putting on bed sheets.
No, I mean our kids.
We're here.
There you are. Go put on your costumes. It's getting late.
It's gonna be off, you know? They're like trick or treat. All dirty, fastened together, wearing their multi-old sneakers. Mary and Joseph, I mean. They're like refugees or something.
That's what they were. Mary and Joseph were refugees, in a way. They were a long way from home, didn't know anybody, didn't have a place to stay, and they were probably cold and tired and hungry and messy.
I don't know about cold and tired. They sure are messy.
Do you think I should?
I think you worry too much. Now, I'm gonna go push on baby angels, and I'm gonna hand out shepherd's crooks, and then I'm gonna push them on. When do I do all that?
Just follow the script.
Baby angels, shepherds, wise men. It doesn't seem to stay here when the fire engines come in. I am just kidding.
Okay, everybody come on stage. I just want to see how you look. Gladys, where's your halo?
Our cat buried it. Listen, I think I ought to say something besides the baby. Why would they all get up and tear out after some baby they don't even know? I ought to tell them it's Jesus, and I ought to tell them where he is.
No, Gladys. You tell them, unto you a child is born. And that's all you tell them. Now, let's all go backstage and try to be quiet while people are coming in. And good luck.
Oh, Mrs. Bradley, actors don't say good luck. They say break a leg.
Oh, I know that, Alice. Please, it's just a gift. I'll say he doesn't break a leg, Your Honor, anybody else's. Imogen, try to remember that this is a baby, and for today, it's baby Jesus.
Wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
Oh, look at them. Aren't they awful? And what's that Imogen's doing with the baby? Oh, I don't think it's very nice to burp the baby Jesus as if he had colic.
Well, he could have had colic, just like any other baby.
I don't care. It looks awful. They look awful.
So what? They just came a long way, and now they've got no place to sleep, and now they've got a new baby to worry about?
Who? Ralph and Imogen?
No, Mary and Joseph.
And in that region there were shepherds in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them. An angel of the Lord appeared to them. The glory of the Lord shone round about, and they were afraid when the angel of the Lord appeared to them and said, "Be not..."
Hey! Aren't you a child's born? And just is in the barn. Go see him. Go on, he's over there. Go on!
And suddenly there was a multitude of heavenly hosts, saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace among men." When Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east to worship, bringing gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
They look awful too. And what's that Leroy's got?
It's a ham.
A ham? I'll bet they stole it.
No, I think it's a ham from their welfare basket.
You mean it's their own ham? Well, then they must hate ham.
Even if they hate ham, Alice, it's the only thing they ever give away in their whole life.
Being warned in a dream that they should not return to their own country, the wise men departed another way. The shepherds also departed, praising God for all that he had seen and heard. But Mary kept all his things and delivered them in her heart.
angel of the Lord was different.
No, I like that. How about the spirit? Sometimes you can't even hear the angel of the Lord.
That's right.
I must find Grace and tell her.
I just wish now I'd let her have Eugene to be the baby Jesus.
Who was baby Jesus?
Why, it was a doll.
Oh, Herma, that was no doll.
Well, it did seem real.
You did, didn't it?
It did.
It did seem real, as if it might have happened just that way. We all thought the pageant was about Jesus, but that was only part of it. It was about a new baby and his mother and father, who were in a whole lot of trouble. No money, no place to go, nobody they knew. And arriving from the east, by my uncle from New Jersey, some rich friends. Because of the Herdmans, it was a whole new story. Imogen birthing the baby, and the wise men bringing such sensible present. After all, they couldn't eat frankincense. And even Gladys, who's in the barn, go see him, so the shepherds didn't have to stumble around all over the countryside. But I guess it wasn't like that for Imogen. For her, it was all a wonder and mystery, as if she just caught on to what Christmas was all about. We had a party in the basement, but the Herdmans didn't stay. They didn't have any cocoa, and they didn't walk off without the cookies. They wouldn't even take their candy canes.
I guess that's about it. Any kids left downstairs?
No, everyone's gone. You're wearing your bathrobe. You're not gonna wear it, are you?
Why not? Maybe I'll be mistaken as a shepherd. Now, I wouldn't mind being mistaken for a shepherd at this Christmas pageant.
Yeah, you would. When he was over, some lady came up and hugged me because I was a shepherd. Should I bring this ham?
Oh, that's the Herman's ham. But they wouldn't take it. They always said, you don't take back presents.
Wait, you ever said that? They must hate ham.
You and Alex Wendell King.
What about the lights?
They're on a timer. They'll go off at midnight.
That's not far off. It's almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas, kids.
Almost Christmas, Charlie.
I don't want to be a shepherd. Let us pretend
Hey, unto you a child is born.
Just ruined everything.